Greetings to all my fellow watch enthusiasts on YouTube and Facebook and wherever else this video might be seen and shared. Celine Driver once again, bringing you another unboxing and review of a watch that is mine. I saw this watch, a Seiko, as you see from the title of the video. I saw this watch advertised on the Exquisite Timepieces website before their recent Seiko event that I went to, and the one that I bought, that green SPB watch that I reviewed earlier. They didn't have this watch in stock, or I may have seriously considered it. But I kept an eye out for one because these are a little harder to find according to the Seiko website. This is a limited edition watch, and I finally found one from a dealer up in Boston via the Chrono 24 website. Not sponsored, mentioned, of course. But I deal all the time on Chrono 24. I bought watches on there. I've sold watches on there. And I did finally make the deal with the guy for an SPB 357. And, see that $1,500 price? I got a little better deal than that, but keep that price in mind for just a second. And it arrived a few days ago in a nice upscale Seiko box. And it is a J1, which means it's a Japanese market. And underneath the rice paper in the outer box is, of course, the inner box. You can use the rice paper to kind of lift that out. And inside there, you have the paperwork, you have the manual for the movement, and you have the international warranty with the warranty card in the back. All very standard Seiko stuff. Nice plastic textured box. And inside there is the watch itself, the SPB 357 Shogun Prospex dive watch. All in titanium. Very lightweight. Gorgeous watch. I love the blue of this dial. Look at the blue texture of this dial. That's what really attracted it to me. And I love the what do they call this? That kind of gray. Anthracite? No. Something like that. Gray bezel with a hint of silver steel color from the 12 o'clock down to the 3 o'clock, denoting the first 15 minutes of a dive watch bezel. Beautiful movement of the 120 click bezel. And, it does line up very nicely. No slop in the bezel, which, at this price, I kind of expect that. Now, according to Seiko's website, this is a limited edition of 500 watches when you go on Seiko's website and look at the SPB 357. Now, nowhere on the back of the watch does it say limited edition. It does say special edition, and it doesn't say some number of 500. So, a little confusing there. Is that the American only version of this watch? Because this is a J1. The box clearly says 357 J1. So is the American version the limited edition of 500? is a Japanese version. I don't know. Don't really care too much either. I'm just very happy with the watch, the way it looks. And let's zoom in on that dial a little bit. Beautiful textured dial. Applied loomed indices. That big Shogun style hour hand. It's really short and fat, which is the trademark of the Shogun line. You have a Cyclops magnifier for the date, which, may or may not be necessary. I'm okay with it. I'd probably be okay without it. It is a full titanium watch. You have drilled lugs, which really made it easy to change out bracelets. And I'll get to that in a minute because I did actually change this bracelet out briefly. Dive style, a diver class with the fold over and the twin push button lock, and a stamped clasp. Now, please, let's remember, $1,500 suggested retail price. $1,500, not $150, $1,500. And I get a stamped clasp. Really, Seiko. I paid about the same for this watch as I did for that green one that I bought, which admittedly is a steel watch. And I got a milled clasp. Seiko, you really disappointed me on this one. It feels cheap. And that really doesn't offset, and that really didn't help, especially with the fact that this is a pin and collar bracelet. And I've gotten used to pin and collars. I don't like them. I've actually not bought some watches because they're pin and collar bracelet. I bought pin and collar bracelet watches and replaced the bracelets without ever sizing them with stuff from Strapco or Uncle Seiko or whatever that fit this case or the case of that watch and had screw pins or even just friction fit pins. I had to take one link out of each side to get this to fit me properly. It took me 20 minutes to get one pin and collar back in on the one side, and the other side defeated me so badly that I basically took the entire bracelet off and put it aside and put another bracelet on there. It's over here. It's one of these Ishii mesh bracelets that I favor and really like. And the blue matches up pretty well. But after sleeping on it, literally just slept overnight, came back to it the next morning with a fresh perspective, another 15 minutes of struggle, and I had the old bracelet back together again. And thank God it sized up properly. And then I put it back on the watch, and fortunately no damage to the links, no scratches, nothing bad happened to the watch. But my God, I've never struggled with a pin and collar bracelet like this before in my life. And at $1,500, I think we deserve screw-in pins, and I think we deserve a milled clasp instead of a stamped clasp. But that's my only gripe with this watch, is the bracelet. Frankly, the bracelet sucks, and I will probably put on at some point an FKM rubber strap, or I did order a straight edge universal, a straight lug universal bracelet from Uncle Seiko. Should be here in a couple of days, and I'll see if I like it better, because they don't make one for this specific case. If I don't like it, I have it for my stash. And this watch is certainly wearable. You can see I did finally get the pin and collar. This one's a little questionable. It's holding. And so is this side for now. So keep an eye on it. A blue FKM rubber strap wouldn't look terrible on this watch. Give you the wrist shot. It fits very well on my, what is probably a little smaller now than a 7¼ inch wrist. It fits very well lug to lug. The overhead shot, you can see it, it fills the wrist up but doesn't overflow. It's not a small watch, either on the diameter or the lug to lug, and I'll give you those measurements in a little bit. 6¾ inch wrist is probably the lower limit for this watch. And notwithstanding the bracelet, which, you know, it doesn't thrill me, but when it's on the watch, I think it looks fantastic. I'm still very happy with the purchase. Let's see, what else can we say about this? It's powered by the 6R35, I'm sorry, as we can see on the manual. The 6R35 movement, which hand winds and hacks. You have a screw down crown on the side with very nice crown guards. It disengages with an audible pop. First position changes the date. Second position hacks the movement, allows you to set the time. Push it all back in. A couple of quick turns, and you have to really work this one. There you go. I had to push a little harder. And you get your water resistance back. And that water resistance is 200 meters. This is a dive watch. It is perfectly diveable. Screw down crown on the back. Screw down case on the back, I should say. Crown is unsigned, which is a little disappointing, but rarely is that a deal breaker for me. Titanium case, titanium bracelet, titanium bezel. I believe the insert is aluminum, or no, I'm not going to say it how the Euros say it. It's aluminum. It's not that other pronunciation. Stop it. Sapphire crystal, as I mentioned. 43.5 millimeter diameter. So it is a good size watch. 22 millimeter lug with the drilled lugs. 13.3 millimeters thick flat crystal. So it's not terribly thick watch. It will fit under a long sleeve shirt. I have worn it that way recently. 51 millimeter on the tip to tip. The textured blue dial, according to the website, is made to evoke, make you think of the walls of a cave. When you dive in a cave, those walls are obviously rough textured. The case texture is meant to make you think of those textured cave walls. It's a fantastic watch. I love the colorway. It's something that's unique. I haven't seen anything quite like it out on the market. I love the anthracite insert, the blue dial, kind of a blue jean, a medium fade blue jean dial. I love the handset. Everything about the watch works. Even the bracelet works once I get past the stuff that pisses me off. And I would say absolutely go get this watch if you have a opportunity to get one and a desire to get one. I would take it somewhere and have them size it for you, unless you're really, really good with pin and collar and you have the patience of Job. And if you don't understand that reference, look it up. So I'm going to go back to being very happy with this watch. And I hope you are happy with this review. And I hope you found it to be useful, informative, entertaining. If you did, please click that thumbs up button for me. That does help with the YouTube search algorithms, brings people to the channel. That's a good thing. Comments, questions, suggestions below. I read them all. I respond to them all. However, if you're going to try to troll me, you're going to try to insult me, or you're going to leave links to bad places on the internet, I'm simply going to delete the comment and block the commenter. If you're new to the channel, welcome. If you're not new to the channel, but you have not clicked the subscribe button yet, obviously if you're new to the channel, you haven't clicked that subscribe button yet, please click the subscribe button. I am on my way to 3,000 subs. I realize that's not a very big number, but I'd like to get there nonetheless. And when I do get there, there will be a watch giveaway, and it will be a nice watch. Not this one, but I promise you it will not be a piece of crap. So let's help me grow this channel and get me to that goal, and I will hold that drawing. And as I always say at the end of my, don't forget to click the bell icon too, so that you're informed when I add new things to the channel. And as I always say at the end of my videos, it is a crazy old world out there. It is not getting any less crazy, so please, when you're out and about, be careful, be safe, be well. See you soon.